stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mr. Barber.
Here.
Mr. Irwin.
Here.
Mr. Lane. And Mr. Douglas.
Here. Also present is Pedro, Mike Farrell, Dave Gillette, Ann Barber. I saw you. The last will be first and the first will be last. Remember that? I heard that someplace. Okay. All righty. Thank you. We need a motion to approve the minutes for the town board meeting on April 8th, 2019.
Make the motion.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Community input. Rick, did anybody sign that?
Not a soul.
Not a soul. All right. All right. The next item, number 7. I'm sorry, I went by number 5, Mike, and I apologize. I was to accept the report for the highway department that we didn't have and we have now, so I need a motion for that.
I'll make that motion.
Mr.
I'll second.
Mr. Barber. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Sorry, Mike, I didn't need to pass right over you like that. All right, community input, there was none. We have a resolution and a discussion to set a public hearing date for local law regarding professional fees, and I think you all got that from Bob's office and stuff. So,
Do we want to make it before our next meeting, first week? Was it six
whatever,
thirty?
yeah, I would say.
I don't think it's been too long.
No.
Make the motion ready for 6:30, whatever our main meeting is.
We did have the,
May 6th. May 6th. May 13th.
13th.
Oh, May
Thank you.
13th. I have it for 6:45 on here, so
Oh, you do?
I have to amend it.
Okay. May 13th, 6:45.
May 13th?
No, in April, yeah.
Yeah, here we go. Yep.
we do have the resolution here, to hold a public hearing, and so you got the date here, maybe? Jim, should we do a motion to set the date, and I would say yes, any, grant, yes, please.
Yeah, make a motion.
Mr. Langley?
I'll second.
And then Lloyd Cameron already done our work for it.
Yes, you did, as usual. Thank you, Mr. Parker. As always, thank you. Yes.
Resolution to hold public hearing to pass a local law to provide for the use of and payment for professional services required by the town under the subdivision local law regulations in the town land use code. Whereas the town has determined that it is in the best interest of the town to pass a local law to provide for the use of and payment for professional services required by the town under the subdivision local law regulations and the town land use code. Now therefore be it resolved and determined by the town board of the town of Peru that a public hearing to provide for the use of and payment for professional services required by the town under the subdivision local law regulations and the town land use code shall be held May 13th, 2019 at 6:45 p.m. at the Peru Town Hall to consider said matter and to hear all persons interested in the subject thereof concerning the same. Mr. Barber?
Yes.
Mr. Douglas?
Yes.
Mr. Irwin?
Yes.
And Mr. Lane?
Yes.
Number 8, approval of the dangerous dog boarding contract with the Malone Control Center. chance to look at that? I think there's other towns too that are contracting like
Yep.
the same outfit and stuff. So I think like Jimmy had brought up before, we know what it's gonna cost us every year. And, you know, we may not never use it, but at least we have it in place according to what the state is wants us to do. So we need a motion. Motion by Mr. Lehman,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Irwin.
A resolution approving the town's 2019 contract with the North Country Animal Control Center Incorporated to board dangerous dogs if needed and authorizing the supervisor to execute the same. Whereas the town board has the contract between the town of Peru and the North Country Animal Control Center Incorporated to board dangerous dogs if necessary for a yearly fee of $1,050 and no cents. Before it, therefore be it resolved said proposed contract is approved and the supervisor be and hereby is authorized to execute said contract. And be it resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately. Mr. Barber?
Yes.
Mr. Douglas?
Yes.
Mr. Irwin?
Yes.
Mr. Lehman?
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carried. I think that's a good thing. We're all set now, Dave, and hopefully we don't have to use it, but we have it in place. And I'm not sure, did you mention anything to Janet about it? That we
I sure did. She's happy, she wants me to go to Plattsburgh now, see if I can get them to do theirs, and I said, no, I wouldn't do it, I don't work in Plattsburgh.
Jim, he just lost his Gotcha. All right, number 9, discussion and a motion. This was a pure pro motion to put on my glasses, to actively reschedule the youth workshop. We had put it in the paper and we were gonna have a meeting, there was a conflict, some people couldn't make it, so we, as a matter of record, we have to take it, put this in. So, I don't know if we need a motion or not on this,
I'll
but
make a
Rick, you're gonna
motion.
make the motion.
No, second.
Second by Mr. Irwin, roll call please. All in favor? So, number 10, approval the use of sports engine for youth commission background checks. This has been an upcoming thing, I mean, for years and years, and now it's getting more and more that we have these coaches and there's things that happen now that never happened before, and that maybe you could just kind of touch a little bit on what it covers.
Well, this background check will cover, what I think should be used for any coach, assistant coach, volunteer, anybody that's involved in the youth commission that's gonna have any contact with children in this role. It's $18.50 per investigation done, so per person that we need. And we'll do a complete national criminal history background check, a sex offender registry check for all 50 states and the District of Columbia. We'll confirm the person's identity through their social security number. It will confirm our current and past addresses, which helps in doing the criminal history checks. It's done online. The applicant can do it online with an e-signature. The turnaround time is 3 to 5 days. Will they get something in writing immediately confirming either no hits or what the hits would be? The hope obviously is no hits for everybody. That would have to go in their personnel file and stay there. If there is a hit or if something does come up, we want to talk about it as a youth commission and as a board first to see if that person should still be working with kids on behalf of the town. But I think, I'm sure our insurance company, if they're not mandating it now, is going to, but I think from a liability standpoint, this is a no-brainer for the town to start doing immediately.
Any discussion on this at all?
We have any idea how much money we're talking
It's $18.50.
about? How many people we thinking?
Rick, do you have an idea? I do not either.
I have no idea.
I mean,
But the way this is written, it's everybody that's dealing with that youth commission, the coaches, the people on the youth commission board, it's everybody. And I talked to John, and I don't believe, because we're putting this out there now, that he has budgeted any money for this.
and when you talk to John, did he tell you how many people?
No,
You just said.
not yet. He said, when I asked him, I said, we're going to do this. I said, if, looking ahead, if something were to happen to one of the kids and we didn't do this, I said, shame on us. So I said, this is going to get done. But I said, as of right now, I don't know who's going to pay for it. If it's going to be the town, and we'll find out how much it's going to cost and how many people it's going to be, or if it's going to be out of his budget. I don't know.
And did he offer to say that he would pay anything?
All I got when I told him we are going to go through with this is, I agree with you. That's what I got from him.
He verbally said that.
Yes. Yeah.
But as far as,
Payment wise, I don't know yet.
do we have any discussion on?
Well, first we gotta know how many.
Right.
I mean, John's in the best position in the ballpark.
Yeah.
How many people? We can do the math after that.
But when you start looking at, you're going to be looking at softball, then you're looking at baseball, then you're looking at soccer. All the kids that are going to be up at the school, there's going to be a lot of people involved.
And if you're talking their youth commission board too.
Yes.
So you could conceivably,
Possibly maybe some of the coaches would just pay for it themselves. You know what I'm saying, and bypass not asking to be reimbursed.
I don't know, you guys, what you're,
I mean,
I would
you
say
know,
for
I
me,
mean-
I mean, we're asking them to do it, and it's hard to get
They're already
coaches.
volunteering their time.
Right, exactly, so my feeling is that, you know, that we're asking them to do it, so we should pay for it.
Mhm.
I
And
think-
I totally agree. One time, Neil, we're putting this on him now. We're gonna find out how many he's going to have, and then next year for his budget, he will know what he's got a budget for this.
The town of Plattsburgh is already using these. They use different people for all the prior years they've been doing it.
Yeah.
And these are the cheaper ones, but you're getting more bang for your buck. And the thing is, with this company, each individual person will go online to the website, put in all their own information, and then all the, whether they're cleared, whatever, will come back to us. So we'll have to have like a checklist of who the people are, and then to make sure everybody's doing it. But Town of Plattsburgh has researched it quite a bit, and
Pam and I discussed this already, and if the people don't have a computer to do this, they can use that.
Right, that's the youth commission.
We got 17 sports things up there now already. We got 17 photos up there now. We had at least 2 people per, right?
Yeah.
There's some lot to use 50 as a round number. I think that's 45 to 50.
Say 50 and say 20.
Is this what?
Well, I can calculate this year, and budget for next year.
That's my feeling, I mean, that's $1,000 well invested.
Yep.
We can find $1,000 for something as important as that.
I agree.
And you may be in a situation too where if you have the same coach going back year after year, and do it 1 year, we can come up with a statement they could sign, you know, basically saying nothing has changed since this check was done on this date, they sign it. You know, if people are comfortable doing that, then, you know, that might save us from doing it for the same John Doe every single year. So it'd be done once, it'd be a big cost up front. Then what we'd like to see done too is when a roster's given out for a team, kids' names, coach, assistant coach, those are the 2 people that have had this check done, those are the 2 or 3, however many it is that the town is sanctioning as coaches for that team. Those are the only people that should be having contact with the kids on that team unless the youth commission or the board ahead of time says, okay, what you don't want is the town to check off 2 coaches for a team and then have 4 or 5 volunteers out there that nobody knows about and then something happens, so.
You know, Matt, when you renew your license and I renew mine, you got one of those boxes that says since the last,
Yep,
right?
affirmative penalty perjury.
You know, maybe we have them just sign
Every year,
off on
yeah.
something like that
Yeah.
after they run it.
Yeah, especially board members, make sure the same people every year, that's probably an easier way to do this. So I think the initial cost up front will be higher than in subsequent years.
It's still a good investment. for the protection of the kids.
Well, the insurance company did ask about this to recommend at last inspection, because I asked them about my staff, so you were at the field weekend when kids were at their times, but they said we didn't need to, because we didn't have direct contact.
Yeah, direct contact with kids.
Agree with that, and,
We could also get a separate listing of, like Matt said, the roster, who's the coach, assistant, whoever. If we can have a roster and listing of everybody here, so, and, I mean, we don't even, I don't know who the board members are.
I think the way this fee works too is that when I did do it to coach in the town classroom, you had to go through and do it, use your credit card to pay for it, and then when you got the all clear or whatever comes back, you brought that to the town, they cut you a check for what you had to pay. So individuals may have to pay for this as they go through and do it, unless it's changed, I don't remember.
I want to say now, Wyatt said that, I want to say no, that we
Okay.
send them a check, but I'm not.
Okay, but that's not the end of the world.
I'll check,
you know,
tomorrow.
and that would be a good something.
For Monday, this Chris that Town of Plattsburgh dealt with, he's back on Monday. Okay, so,
This seems like a very thorough check of pretty much everything going on.
also, we don't have to worry about inputting the information too.
Right.
So if something gets messed up, then it's, the onus is on them and not us, because they filled out the information.
We should have a personnel file, so to speak, for each coach or volunteer, and this should be in it in the one. Yeah.
We can relay that back to
Yeah, I
John.
will. Yeah.
That's good to be. Alrighty. Yeah, we should do a motion, and we're gonna do it, I would think.
I'll make that motion, go ahead.
Sure.
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Carter. All in favor?
Aye.
I think that's. Thank you. I'm not sure when the next youth meeting is. Maybe you could bring that up, Rick, though.
Not yet. I don't know yet.
But that would be-
I will.
Thank you.
Yep.
By then, it should be able to have all the website and all the instructions and stuff.
You said that you'll be talking to somebody Monday,
He's back on the 28th, I think that's Monday.
and that would be a big thing, is if you could find out about what Matt has said, whether they don't have to use their own credit card. I would prefer that, we just,
Yeah.
like Rick said, for those that don't have it, you could tell them they're more than well. The only drawback is they have to come in,
Right.
more. All right, thank you. Number 11, Patton Road Culvert. Mike, I think that's yours.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Last Tuesday, I believe it was the 16th, I did my morning road checks at 3 o'clock in the morning, didn't see anything unusual. Really, the weather was good, just I'm still programmed for the winter shit, so didn't see anything for it to start. Come back, go the whole time till the guys come in. Thank God Bob, post officer, was out doing inspections. He come up the back way of the Patton, come over just past the church, headed towards Mannix Road, 9:30, 10 o'clock, somewhere around in the morning. He went by the spot, it was on the shoulder, looked like a hole, but he wasn't sure. Backed up, and there was a sinkhole on the shoulder, approximately 5 foot deep, between 5 and 6, and went at an angle and went out under the road. So he called me, he left the cone there, we ran up, got up there, could see, got down in there with a light, and you could see the water running on both sides of the culvert. This is a 4-foot culvert that was put in, that floods in 96, all about this, same thing I said that Elmer had said, it's all gonna come due. worst part is we paid that last year. We did a complete inspection, walked through the culvert's fine, everything looked good, the towers, where they're joined together looked good, the outlet, inlet looked all good. But we've gotten that heavy snow melt, and we've had over a foot of water, and culvert point blank is undersized for the stream. And when it's doing, it's crossing the road and it's trying to make a 45, so that, you know, that slows the water down, and when it does, it backs it up, and it just, but it was too deep to really tell what was going on, you know, it just, you know, it was rapids. So we got a hold of, down the bottom, we looked at the maps. Furnace Brook runs up in the back there, but it doesn't, it's small enough, it doesn't show a, you know, a chute coming off of it and crossing under Pat. So we ended up, call up DEC, and they, of course, they got better maps. That is a chute that comes off Furnace Brook, it is a protected street. So number one, anything we do is DEC permit and Army Corps engineer. So I called over to Peter Gibbs, Office of Engineer Renters. Didn't realize Peter's wife had done it. But I got a hold of Mark. He said, is it an emergency? I said, I can't meet it, the road's sagging. So I met him last Friday for an hour and a half or so. We looked and tried to figure out what was going on. The water had dropped enough, it was down to 7 inches, still pretty good flow, but nowhere near what it was. So while we were talking, we were looking, we just couldn't figure out why it was on that side of the road. 2 years ago, we had a sinkhole in front of the mailbox, kind of off to the side of the pipe, by quite a bit, but not under the road. We went up, we just, you know, we found some pieces of blacktop, figured it was fill from whenever they did the culvert. Plugged that, we paved the road after that inspection, never had any issue. So we didn't think nothing. So we were looking, thought maybe spring runoff coming down the side of the road, it did something. There was no sign of that. Just a big hole here. And within the 2 days, when Mark got there, there was a sinkhole started on the right side of the pipe that dropped down maybe a foot with no hole. You know, it's just the material was leaving from the bottom. So we were looking at the inlet, trying to figure out what happened, what we think happened. It bored a head wall with no floor, no wing wall. It was one of them that did themselves. So it was standing there, it was like a hole. So I got down in there, and I get on the right side of the pipe on the inlet, you could stick one finger into the concrete, it was split. While we were standing there, and we looked to the left, I said, boy, that's a pretty good split. So we looked on the left side, like you could stick your whole hand in the head wall split. There's probably no rebar, that's what I'm gonna guess. And there was no big shot rock put around it or whatever. It was happening, you think the water's hitting that head wall and it's spinning. It's backfilled in pure sand and it's taking it. And on the outlet, they just dry laid rocks. So what I did, met with Mark, and I'm gonna end up meeting with Peter again, probably next week. We threw out some ideas. We could do a short-term fix. I'm gonna suggest we don't do the short-term fix. Because number one, you gotta go through this whole permit process. They gotta approve it, you gotta have plans from. So I talked to Mark 2 days ago. Him and Peter kind of on different ideas what they want to do. Mark was thinking a box culvert, which you would have to sink 20% below the bottom of the stream. As you know, it was our luck with John Connell from the Army Corps down in the Fuller War project. He rejected that right out of the gate. So I'm going to talk to Peter, maybe do an open bottom, because that's what he likes, a natural thing for the fish. But I just brought it up that there is a price on a culvert that's in this. That's a rough price. We don't know, that's just a rough price, because I just want an idea for you for tonight, what we're looking at if this is to go. We don't know the design, we don't know what Peter's gonna come up with, so I'm not saying that's even gonna be anywhere close. So I can tell you, since 2011, when we put 2 box culverts up there, they've gone up over a third. I think we spent $48,000 for one, and one was a little bit less, but it was smaller. So this one's a little bit bigger, but it's about the same length as one of them. They but it's white. So I'm kind of looking for which way you want me to do with the short term or start working on long term. I did talk to Fort Miller, regardless if it's an arch, open bottom, or a box culvert, that's, you know, they do both. They're looking at late fall before you, that's all back up there right now. Stuff. So there is one other company, in Jefferson Concrete, which is in Watertown. I don't know what their schedule is, but I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. So I know what you want me to do. And I'll work with Peter to come up with things. So I guess what I'm looking for tonight, do you want the short term fix or do you want the long? It's got to be replaced. If we do the short term,
Like
it's one.
you know what the answer is.
Yeah, my answer is the long term, I'll be honest with you, Jim, because you're gonna go through all that and it's a 1 to 5
If you're
year
gonna tear it
fix.
apart, you might
We're gonna tear it
If
up.
you're gonna take a bite of the apple,
Yeah.
It just discouraged me because we did all the inspections on it.
Mike, which one is it? Is it the one next to the red road, or is it the one
No,
further down by?
it's up, it's the last house before the church.
Oh,
So
it's,
what we did,
it's
we
the-
rented-
next to the
Yeah.
Brocas driveway.
81 pat, I don't know who the
Yep.
people are living there.
Yep,
And they got a 2 foot in their driveway, it sits off the road a way, it's a 2 foot
yep,
culvert under their driveway, and it's sitting way up, and it looks foolish, but I've seen, during Irene, that water come over the road.
yep.
It just, but it didn't hurt anything. And it just discouraged you, because we inspected that, which we do before we pave a road, and we actually did a walkthrough, because it's 4 foot, big enough, and it looked funny. We ended up renting 6 jersey bearers from Fuller, put on the shoulder. We put bump signs up. Today we went up and I got 1 inch sheet plate steel. It's probably 10 by, you know, it's almost, it's a whole inch. We laid that over the thing. 'Cause within the time that happened and when we got marked there Friday, it's sunk. That road was like that. It's gonna go at some point. It's just, so we put the plate on it so we can keep an eye on it going up at least twice a day. Keep it, especially if we get rain this weekend. And see, now everything is pretty much out of the woods. I think we'll be all right for now. Again, just didn't plan on this.
What size pipes in there now, Mike?
It's a 4.
In there?
So, yeah, so what you do, there's a little hydraulic size. You go by the bank size, it's 8. Peter, or Mark, I met with, he was thinking 8 foot, Peter's thinking 10. And if it's, with John Collins involved, you're better off go to 10 because then you're outside the water. And you do everything outside the water. You're not talking a lot more money from the 8 to the 10. It's just, it's wide, it just sits below the road.
That's out of water.
That feeds our reservoir.
Now, Mike, that's by the church, you said?
Yes, it's just before, it's the last house before the church, if you left Main Road, it's to, John Boswell on that, or coming out to the place, first place on the map, past the church. The cheapest way, point blank, is shut the road. Whenever this happens. I don't know how much bus traffic is up there, I don't imagine there's a lot. But what's making me nervous, if we can't get this thing to late fall, is we're gonna have our plow stop on here. Because you don't want in Ricky's territory, it snows early. So, but that's where we're at. I'm hoping by the next meeting I should have some more answers.
How long is it gonna be?
It's at least 50. But if we have to put a bypass pipe in, of course that odds, all kinds of way. That can maybe turning it so it's not doing that 45, but obviously when you turn it any kind of slight angle, it's gonna add length, which is gonna add cost. So, and you gotta be pretty straightforward with John Connor, because he's by the book, the Army Corps. EC, I don't foresee any problem, it's the Army Corps. And if it's an open bottom, I don't think we'll have any trouble with it. Yeah.
If we get heavy rain and stuff, I mean, what do you think?
The snow melt's gone, so I think we'll be all right. I mean, unless we get a monsoon, but I'm up there twice a day anyway, so keeping an eye on it.
And is there any, like, heavy trucks and stuff that may be going over that?
No, it's like that. That's what's up. You know, we got school buses.
I mean,
Thought
there's
this
no
was just
logging up there and it's.
staying away from it, moving over.
I just want some of the, little dropping through there. Thank you, Mike. You probably should come on. Thank you. Okay, number 12 is the sewer collection and project update, Courtney.
I had a meeting with AES last week, about a 3-hour meeting on all our projects. Everything's moving forward nicely. We discussed both lift stations, design issues. We did meet with Chet Pellerin at the Sanborn lot as far as getting an easement placement of the system. Great to work with, very receptive to give us some property there. You'll probably start seeing, if anybody calls in, Randy's already got one call for North Bend, but a lot of locate marks on the roads, North Bend. And we're doing one with Dave Lane. We gotta dig down and find the pressure main that goes out to the basin, so we get some elevation shots on that. Because we are looking at reusing it for this project. They have in the basins. Other than that, all the projects are moving forward. They have started on the wastewater plants, engineering plan grant, and haven't started outdoors yet, but we did discuss it.
Most people you've talked to and stuff, they're pretty receptive and you've talked to them all as far as where it was going. And you made some visits, didn't you? to-
Well, early on I did, I mean, nothing really been talked to. We're still looking at moving everybody to the front on Elm Street, but the back idea is not abandoned yet. Depending on how some of the elevations pan out, those houses may have to stay on that. They are going to try to get them on front. I did ask them for an updated map that shows the lines, because the Mason Street, Elmore, Jenkins area is off the table now. So I asked them for an updated map, and I'm gonna have Don put that on the website. And then have it up there so I can put updates that people can go and see. We did discuss the Main Street money, if there was any other project we could do this year. But a lot of it's probably gonna be directional drilled, so we probably won't pull out a lot of sidewalks. And to break the project up to do something this year, might cost us more money in the end, so at this time, I don't think it's really gonna benefit us.
All right. Now we're down to number 13. Business. Mr. Irwin.
Nope.
The only thing that I have is this young couple had handed us our first notice for a liquor license application. They're pursuing the former Dana's Rusty Acre to be a Mariner Bar and Grill, and having it in our town is their first stop here. And they're in the process, and I sort of invited them to come tonight and say hi and tell us all the good stuff.
I'm Teresa Larson.
I'm Brandon Wang. We're kind of at the very beginning stages of this right now, so there's not really much other than this is our first step to get a New York State liquor licenses to come to you guys. And we're here to answer any questions or address any concerns you may have.
Good kind of food.
Steak, food, and pasta.
Yeah.
Good answer.
After the fire, everything's been repaired.
It's in current
It's in-
reconstruction right now.
Yeah, should be midsummer, should be.
Yeah, midsummer, fingers crossed.
Yes.
The construction.
Who knows?
You gonna buy the building or rent it?
We're gonna rent it at first.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah. We expect to see everyone there.
Yes. Yes, at some point.
Another news ever for you, right? Mr. Barber?
I'm not.
All right. I got just one thing that I talked to Sally Susie 2 days ago. And we did hire a lady for JCO. Her name is Samantha. They call her Sam. I met her today. She's in training, so she's going to be back taking forth. She came up on a guess she talked to you, she talked to you and to Pam and stuff, and, next meeting, Sally will bring her with, up and introduce you, and, so we'll know who she is, and she does live in Peru. I guess Sally told me she had quite a few, she had about 4 or 5 applicants from Peru. This was Sally's choice. I welcomed her. So other than that, I don't have any other business. If we got public comments on agenda items only, John?
No, I don't think so. Quite.
This is, we could bring Brandy's record for the shortest meeting, guys. You know that, right? Pam, do you have anything? Thank you for getting all this stuff ready for us. Really appreciate it. Mr. Gillette?
I'm saving my stuff up for Randy, he's been on vacation long enough. We took 8 in since the last meeting. 5 of them went home, they were licensed. One got inoculated, got licensed and went home. The other 2, somebody dropped off, we don't know who owns them. So they'll be adopted out from now on once they get back healthy.
And you've met these people, did you take a trip from Malone or anything?
No. Too much money. Mileage, you want to pay me that mileage, go home. What's the matter with you? I'm trying to save you money.
I was gonna give you a ride. Mike?
The only thing I'll say is, Courtney mentioned North Bend. We will go back to the side where the cemetery didn't get swept because our buddy forgot us sweep it, and he went and had a nice, like, marked everything, flagged it out for sewer project, I guess. So when they get their stuff done, we'll go back and get along the cemetery fence. We got it all the other day. Said you did a beautiful job, but you forgot that nobody had explained to her what was going on. So once he gets done his stuff, we'll just go back and only take a few minutes. The village is done. Other than that, we're heading for the outskirts. We're gonna kind of work around the farms because the farmers are working off Arnold Road and Redmond. You know, the mud is that deep down here, and they want to get it when they're done, but it's been a late year for everybody, so I'll probably leave that to last. We'll walk when we get away from them. But everything's late.
Village looks good.
Yeah, got 3 loads of salt yesterday, 1 for today. Still at 600 tons to get from 40 into a month before we just pay a storage fee, so that'll be in here. And hopefully, back on that this year. Hopefully. Yeah.
What is the prices all looking like?
I won't know. This is 83 if not. The next contract don't come in. It'll be late fall. You can't get it August 1st. It's anything that looks like it's not going to go down.
I'm sure it's down.
When are you gonna start hauling sand?
If we get a rainy day, now that I got salt, the motor went in the screening plant back, so he stopped yesterday. They got that back in, so he thought he'd be screening within 2 days. So we're still sweeping. I got a bunch of culverts with it. So, but I said if we get rain day, salt's in the sheds, dry, walls, and give us something to do.
Anything else?
No.
Thank you. Courtney?
Busy, for sure. We started cleaning up properties as much as the weather lets us. The court's still really wet over there. I did bring them back early so we could get ahead of stuff. We have been helping out dragging the fields up on those also. The speedies permit for the village plan, I've been working on that. We've got all our testing done. I may have to bring AES in to help me with a few things. I may need their survey crew with some of the questions they want on the angle of the discharge into the river and the height and the elevations and everything. I haven't been able to find any records on that, so I might need their help on that. What's that? Yeah, when I get a price, I'll bring that up when I get a price on it. We are gonna order the capping for the fence, unless that's what you're talking about.
No.
That one was no.
The other ones, the barrier fence.
For front of the buildings.
Yes.
Yeah, that was one of the things the insurance company brought up, is we gotta put screening in front of the dugout, so I'm gonna get a price on actually having the fence redone. Some of them are pushing forward, because everybody leads off on the dugout. But hopefully I'll have that next week. Other than that, it's been really busy.
Guys, you want to man?
We did.
Board, the other one's coming Monday, right?
Monday, yeah, Chris Manley will start Monday. We did fix the roof on the back, beginning of the week.
Luke's back to work,
Yeah, probably.
which is good.
Down at Hayward Nation, a lot of potholes and the lots of dust there.
Got a lot of them.
We filled them. You filled them good.
Chris will be most of it.
Yeah.
Did you get the side-by-side back?
What was that quote that you got, the email to you, was that?
For the fence, yeah.
1900.
Yeah, for the fence guy.
We got one quote, from one company for the security. Use key fobs or whatever, but there's still one company that I'm waiting for. So hopefully by next meeting I'll have those prices for you.
Thanks for helping with the field. We had some volunteers that have helped guide it through. The two of them, they look pretty good, I guess. Matt Berry did call and was playing down there, and I was down there the other day, and the school guys were down there striking the field. We're playing on them. But it was good. That's the only thing that I had, John. You don't have anything? No. Anything else? Okay. Kyle and Bill, thank you for attending. We love seeing you guys, really, truly. All right. The next one is a discussion and a resolution to pay the bills. Need a motion?
Motion.
Mr. Lane?
I'll second.
Mr. Irwin?
A resolution authorizing the post-audit payment of certain claims, bills, and invoices of the town. Whereas the town board has reviewed and audited the following claims, bills, and invoices for services rendered and goods provided to the town in April 2019. For the town approved vouchers of April 2019, number 2019-00384, zero including 2019-00545, abstract dated 4/25/2019. The dollar amount totaling $235,608.41. Of that, $37,199.70 is wired, credit cards, and prepaid. And $198,408.71 is remaining to be paid. $197,761.39 for accounts payable, and $647.32 for payroll account. And whereas the town board finds said claims, bills, and invoices to be acceptable in form and reasonable in amount, now therefore be it resolved that payment of the aforementioned claims, bills, and invoices is approved, and the supervisor being hereby is authorized to make such payment, and be it further resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately. Mr. Garber?
Yes.
Mr. Douglas?
Yes.
Mr. Irwin?
Yes.
Mr. Lane?
Yes.
Well, now we need a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Mr. Langman.
Yes.
Second.
All set.
Mr. Clark. Thank you. Thank you.